Hey friends, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press this bell icon, otherwise you won't get any notifications. Thank you. Welcome to being Super Indian.
Tata Motors first showcased a concept compact SUV called the Nexon at the 2014 Indian Auto Expo and an almost production-ready version of the Tata Nexon at the 2016 Indian Auto Expo. While most of us expected the production SUV to be watered-down version of the concept, the Indian automaker has surprised us by launching the Tata Nexon subcompact SUV that is very close to the concept's original look and design. In this video, let's know more about the brand new 2017 Tata Nexon. Let's begin. Striking. That is the first thing that comes to mind when you first set your eyes on the new Nexon. There are still hints of Tata Motor design language that carries over from the other cars like the Tiago and the Bolt. The headlights, for example, still swoop in very distinctively Tata way, and they come with the LED daytime running lights and projectors. The grille, painted in gloss black, harks back to the likes of Safari Storm with its bold design. Thankfully, Tata has done a smart thing and not given a Nexon a lot of tacky chrome apart from slim mass and piece underneath the grille. Instead, what do you get is, especially on the XZ Plus variant, are satin white plastic inserts that are tactfully placed around the car. This side profile is what will really set the Nexon apart in an almost signature way. The satin white inserts continue to form a very strong shoulder line, and the roofline swoops down in almost a coupe SUV type of way. Tata has also uniquely given the roof a dark metallic grey color option instead of just standard black or white that other manufacturers have opted for. The wheel arches are typically muscular, and the 16-inch wheels are finished in a diamond cut and black two-tone design. The design of the wheels, though, could have certainly been nicer and more modern. Around the rear, Nexon has a very distinct rake, which makes it appear to be taller than it is. A satin white styling continues around the back too, with the Tata calls the X-Factor design element. Just as with the front face, there is no ungainly chrome here either, but instead a bold gloss black accent piece, the rear tail lamps are set high and get a distinct LED lighting pattern for parking lights, but the brake lights, indicators and rear lights still uses a traditional bulbs. The rear bumper has a very cool 3D pattern that replicates the front grille. Moving to the interiors, the new look with the bold dashboard and the freestanding front screen is refreshing. The 6.5-inch screen itself is a high definition and very crisp with a brand new user interface. The infotainment system also gets an Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, something that is expected of a car in this price range. You also get a brilliant 8 speakers Harman audio setup, which deserves a special mention. The dashboard itself is a two-tone with a black upper half and beige lower half, with a large central plastic slab in the middle. This slab is painted in almost liquid metal shade that also carries on the steering wheel and the door panels, trying up the design well. The central console that surrounds the audio and the climate control knobs are also finished in gloss black. The instrument gauge is crisp and easy to read, and so are the buttons. Ergonomically too, with the new central handrest, the Nexon is a comfortable place to be in. You also get a lot of storage space in the central console, which has a retractable slide type cover for the storage. But there are no cup holders. Shocking. There is, however, a small storage slot for wet umbrellas inside the door panels with a water channel to drain out any water that might seep into the doors. The door cards also have adequate storage for large water bottle. The glow box is cooled and also gets a tray to store your iPad on. The tray is removable and can also double up a small table to eat food on, but we wouldn't recommend eating inside the car anyways. The Nexon comes with a height adjustment for both the steering wheel and the driver's seat and the front seats. Sadly though, there is no leather interior option, even on the top of the line variant. The rear bin seat is also slightly sculpted out and almost feels like two built-in bucket seats. You get a pair of individually adjustable rear AC vents and flip-down central console too, along with high-mounted 12-volt charging port to add to the convenience in the rear seat. Getting in and out of the rear though is slightly trickier because of the sloping roofline, but surprisingly there is still a considerable amount of headroom and legroom. There are areas where improvements can be made though. For example, the quality of some of the plastic trim like the rear cup holders or the dashboard panel around the screen still isn't the best, and the screen could have benefited greatly with the painted or chrome surround. The USB and the aux slots are awkwardly inset behind the gear lever, and if you need to change the cable that connects to your phone, it can get quite fiddly. The Nexon isn't just a brand new body and a brand new interior. The equally big news are the brand new engines. So let's start with the popular diesel. The Tata Nexon diesel is a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged unit that makes a respectable 108 bhp and an even more respectable 260 Nm of peak torque. And all the power on paper translates well to the power of the tarmac. The engine pulls well in almost all gears and there is very minimal turbo lag. The 260 Nm of torque is very apparent, and even in 4th gear at just 1500 rpm. You have enough poke to get moving rapidly. The diesel engine is also much more refined in terms of noise levels, but there is the tad bit of vibration that does filter through, especially in full throttle conditions. But overall, a big leap ahead in terms of refinement. It's not just the diesel engine that is new, but also the petrol. Essentially, the Nexon gets the same 3-cylinder 1.2-litre engine that you get in the Tigor and the Tiago, but with an added turbocharger. Power is boosted from 84 to 108 bhp, while torque is up from 114 to 170 Nm. Get it in the power range and let the turbos pull up, and the Nexon Rapid gets a triple-digit speeds without breaking a sweat. The turbo does get along its share of turbo lag, and under 1500 rpm there is just no usable power, which might be a bit of a problem while driving in an urban environment. The gearboxes for both the cars are also brand new. The Tata has dropped the older 5 speeds and opted for the new 6-speed instead, and it is considerably better than the older one. Shift action is crisp, and the slight haziness of the older gearbox has also vanished. The clutch is light too. We expect Tata to bring in an auto option maybe sometime next year. You also get a 3 driving modes on the Nexon that can be changed using a rotary knob controller. You also get 3 driving modes on the Nexon that can be changed using rotary knob controller. One can choose between City, Eco and Sport, all of which drastically change the throttle response. Although we personally prefer the Sports mode as it offers a full torque power figure, we found City mode to be the most balanced overall, with a good smooth throttle response as well as slightly better fuel economy. The Nexon runs on 215 section tires and 16-inch wheels, which gives the subcompact SUV a ground clearance figure of 209 mm, one of the best in class. In fact, high-speed stability is one of the best in class, and so in overall feedback from the suspension. Steering is slightly on the heavier side, but that does make driving the Nexon a little more involving and lot more confidence inspiring. The higher stance should ideally result in higher ground clearance, which in turn would cause chaos to the way the Nexon handles, but it doesn't. And the good driving dynamics do not come at the behest of the abnormally stiff chassis setup that ruins ride comfort. In fact, the Nexon probably has one of the best ride quality in its class, both at higher and lower speeds. Body roll too is acceptable, and the overall chassis balance of the Nexon is pretty admirable. On the safety front, the Nexon gets the 2 airbags and ABS as standard on all variants. In fact, the ABS aided brakes are more than adequate on the Nexon, and the subcompact SUV comes to an halt under emergency or normal braking very quickly and without a fuss. The Nexon subcompact SUV is a make it or break it product for Tata Motors, going up against the likes of the Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza that sells well over 10,000 units a month, and the Ford EcoSport, both blockbusters in their own right, is not an easy task. Tata Motors has certainly gone above and beyond to make sure it leaves an impression that the first time you see it, the first time you get in it, and the first time you drive it. Yes, there are still few rough edges in terms of the quality on the interior trim, but overall the Nexon might be the new gold standard for this extremely popular subcompact segment.
Hey friends, if you like the video, please hit the like button, and for more awesome videos, please subscribe to our channel. Ta-da!